I'd love to hear your view on this. I'll give my, like in the 80s and 90s, when I went back to India, it was truly a third world country, right? It was, like cows on the streets. It was, like only one kind of car, an ambassador, and you'd be lucky if it had air conditioning. That was like an upper class kind of thing. You had like really, really extreme poverty, right? Like people would be clawing at your windows sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Flies. It was just like, it was just a very, very, very poor country, right? And even the most exceptional, like elite kind of thing, it was like not very nice at all, right?
Yeah.
And forget about like internet or anything like that. Okay. So what happened gradually and then suddenly is, I came back and there was long space of time. And what I realized is Indians in India, because it happens gradually, they often took it for granted. Not completely, but somewhat for granted. Every day is better than the last in general. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but it's gradual, right? And conversely, Americans who had never been back to India, but they wouldn't even consider it back. They'd never been to India, or they'd been once. They're like, ugh, this is horrible or whatever. They never come back, right? So only when you took a time lapse did you appreciate, you saw the highways getting built out and the airports were so modern. And now I've got 5G internet. And wow, I can get a coffee. And wow, I've got like something that's a lot like Uber. And I've got something that's a lot like delivery. And there's tech companies here. And suddenly now you can live, I would say, a Western life. I would rather, gun to my head, rather live in Bangalore than SF. Because it's just like, by the way, it's safer, right? There's less crazy people. There's no homeless crack addicts and meth addicts on the street, right? And the society broadly is on the rise, right? Even given its difficulties, India today is in some ways, India and China today in different ways are more similar to 1950s America than America is, right? America is more similar to 1950s India or China, with like on the verge of partition or civil war, But that spirit is something which, you saw over the last 28 years. I don't know. I mean, like, what is your view on that? Do you feel India has improved a lot over your lifetime?
So today, India is by far one of the best places to stay.
Yeah.
And when I'm in India, I keep complaining about traffic, but that's the only thing that I have to complain about.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I prefer Bangalore to San Francisco, no question, right? Go ahead.
So today, everything in India is better. Like food in India, you can get Italian food in India. You can get Mexican food in India.
Yeah.
You can get everything in India.
Yes.
Okay. In fact, if you look at Indian restaurants, they have so much culture. In fact, they can very well mimic Western culture in India better than the Western cafes.
Yes.
There's so much hospitality, which makes you feel like home. And when my American friends came back to India, they were just mind blown by quick commerce.
Yes.
That you could literally get anything in 10 minutes.
In some ways, it's actually better.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they were just mind blown by it.
Right.
They were like, dude, you can get a Diet
Zepto,
Coke in 10 minutes.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, you can get it in 10 minutes. Why is that surprising?
Right.
And they were like, dude, we have to tip the Amazon delivery boy all the time for literally doing his own job.
Right.
So that's frustrating. And if you look at Indian infrastructure, because it is in the process of being developed, it's very painful for the urban citizens. But then it's painful in a good way. It's like feeling the soreness while going to the gym.
Right.
You can feel it, which means something is being done. The pace at which we are moving is absolutely crazy, because when you look at the Bengaluru airport, it's just mind-blowing.
It's good.
It's a work of art.
It's a work of art, yes.
Right? So the kind of
people don't believe me. I put these videos up there and they're like, that's an exception. And one thing is, India is like California in reverse. You know why? In India, everything old is a shanty town, but everything new is an Apple store. In California, everything old is some beautiful, like mission style building. But everything new is a homeless encampment.
The only risk we have is that because of the gap between the rich and the poor, I'm just scared that the billion people who are right now at the bottom of the pyramid may not prosper as much as the people at the top of the pyramid. And that's usually the case everywhere. But the second thing that I fear is that we are not investing a lot into our education and healthcare, which may then shake our foundations. And that is bad.
AI for education is going to be a big thing. I think Indians are going to be better at retraining for this new world, this internet first world, because they don't have the huge capital costs of all these American degrees, right? So the retraining will be way easier for this internet first, AI first world. Similarly, on healthcare, there's going to be a revolution in biotech that is now being unlocked by the internet, like by not just the sequenced genome, not just all the folded proteins, but by GLP-1s and things of this nature. And I think Indian health is going to radically improve over the
Mhm.
years to come, right? Um, my view is I'm moderately bullish on India and extremely bullish on Indians.
Mhm. Can you explain?
Yeah. So uh, China's a state, but India's a network, right?
Okay.
So China, like the Chinese diaspora does quite well, but the Chinese state does way better than that, right? Like roughly
Mm.
speaking, you'd say the Chinese diaspora is like a 7 and the Chinese state is like a 10, or the
Yeah.
Chinese country is a 10, right? It's like just number one in all these different
In
numbers.
India, it's the opposite.
And it is the opposite,
Mm.
right? So the Indian state is doing phenomenally well. Like Prime Minister Modi is maybe not everybody agrees with me on this, but I do think on balance, he is the greatest prime minister in Indian history. Like so many metrics up and to the right. You've seen GDP, all this stuff, the thorium reactor, all kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
And you just like net, the track record is really, really impressive. Like the infrastructure build out, all this kind of stuff. And so even given that, like let's say India is a 7, like on a 10 relative to what, certainly in terms of improvement level, it's like number one GDP growth in the world and so forth. But the Indian diaspora is like a 10, right? It's doing so well, unmatched.
If this clip gave you value, please subscribe to this channel so that we can keep bringing you game-changing business insights.